happen. It's very easy to do. If you do see a nano-boosted Lucio in these games, it's not intentional, but you know, it does happen, obviously, with the way that Ana targets people with her ultimate ability. Hard to really get that in with the chaos of the battle. Hard to really land that properly.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about Chinese Taipei. Why don't you guys at home get to know them a little bit better with this Meet the Team video?
Chinese Taipei is coming into this with a lot to prove, and this is the perfect chance to show the world what they've got.
大家都说我们分到的组叫做死亡之组，有芬兰以及韩国都有很知名的玩家。当我们知道这个组分组的时候，其实队员以及我都不气馁。
This team is in arguably one of the hardest groups at BlizzCon, but they have a secret weapon. If you unleash him right and you play around him, he can carry a team himself.
游戏很好玩，就会一直很投入进去，然后有很多很厉害的选手会想要去超越。
像我们本身队伍有一个专精输出的玩家叫中打，像是除了我之外的3名成员，他们都是既定 AHQ 的成员，所以我在挑剩下的成员的话，优先会选择我们缺乏的辅助。
因为我跟现在的队员其实在以前就有认识，然后到世界杯的时候才就是变成一个团体，那我觉得非常的开心，然后也非常融合。
我们的电竞比赛在世界上也是很厉害的，然后我们会证明我们在 Overwatch 这一块也是很厉害的。
我们在死亡之组这道高墙，我们会选择打破它。
My gosh, I love that video. It ends on such an incredible note. They really, really want to do this, and I think we are ready to see if they can. So let's hop into the game and take it back over to our casters.
All right, thanks, Rachel. Doe and Monte Cristo here, ready to get into Korea versus Chinese Taipei. And Monty, we've seen a lot of one-sided matches today, but I think maybe for the first time we have a chance of going to Game 3. South Korea looked so good yesterday, but Chinese Taipei not looking too bad themselves. You think they got a chance?
I think they definitely have a chance. I do have some concerns because in Zonda's case, we really only saw him play Reaper and Hanzo yesterday. Yeah. So I'm not exactly sure how deep their hero pools go. But one thing I was talking to Taimu about when it came to their match, Finland's match yesterday against Chinese Taipei, was that he was very impressed with Danny's May in particular, and he told me that he was really the reason why they were so close over the course of that series. I take it with a little bit of a grain of salt just because I do think that Taimu was overextending and being punished particularly hard by the May, so his perception might be a bit colored by that, but all things considered, we'll have to keep a very close eye on Danny today and see if he's going to get those good splits, get those good May walls off, and have some success against Korea.
It's going to need to be good with how Korea kind of handled Australia yesterday. Looks like the game is about ready to go, so let's take a look at the maps we're going to see. It's going to be Temple of Anubis and then going to Eichenwald, and then, if we need it, Lijiang Tower, but I think it's time to go right away to our assault map, starting things off with Temple of Anubis, and it's going to be pretty cool. I don't know. My money is still on South Korea getting the 2-0, but hashtag no bias. But honestly, I think this is going to be a bigger test. I don't think they're going to be able to play the totally serious Torbjorn nano-boosted Symmetra strat that they did yesterday. Keep in mind, guys, it was totally serious and not trolling at all. For reals, we mean it. Well, I don't believe you for a second, Tyron.
Yeah, I don't believe Tyron either. But in any case, we'll see if they're going to pull it out later in the tournament, because that would be a better indication, Doa, as to the seriousness of the strategy.
I think well, you know, this is a map that you can run into Genji on offense, but they're not running the Symmetra this time around. Instead, Aran is on the Bastion for the moment, and because they're setting that defense up, I think he may actually stick with it.
Well, they're running out of the base, so it does look like it will be a serious Bastion pickup here.
Interesting that they're not running the Reinhardt with this to give him that shield in front, but hey, I mean, Aran, he knows how to reposition very quickly his Bastion, and if he can do that correctly, you can play this and just be a little bit more maneuverable Bastion.
Yeah, they also at least have the Zarya and the...
Oh, I see what they're going to do here. I think they're going to Maywall him over to the platform there.
Yeah, we'll see what they're going to figure out.
Zarya? I don't understand.
No, I think there we go.
They are. Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Oh, this is
a tricky boost.
Oh! No! Oh, that was going to be so good.
All right, so they're not going to actually go through with that, Doa. Our hopes
they've got
were
the
dashed.
cooldown again.
Oh, they're going to try it. They're going to try it.
Stop messing around, Bastion. Come on. All right.
Where does it go? Okay, so he's going to stand right on the edge, far edge of the marketplace. platform here.
Yeah.
And this means that there's going to be a lot of surprises. May boost onto the top for the Ana, of course, to get her over the point and have a visual on the front arches as well. So this is going to be a bit tricky here, as we see picture-in-picture, keeping a track on when they're going to come through the entrance, and that's going to be no kill yet, but...
So I like the positioning for Arn here because he can't be hooked by the by Danny. That's a big reason of why he's so far over. He's still got a good view of the point, but he's not going to get hooked, and Danny goes down right away. So yeah, no hooks at all coming in. Eska jumping forward to get some kills with the Mei, and Korea just all over Chinese Taipei. And it's pretty clean early on.
And you'll notice that was the go button for Arhan. As soon as the Roadhog is dead and he can't get hooked anymore, that's when he's going to go in. He's going to try and run forward and reposition. Successfully manages to pick up the kill onto Zonda's McCree. So we are going to see, my question was, will Zonda play something different against Korea? Yes, we are going to see the McCree and Arhan playing with the high ground again. There's a hook coming through.
Oh yeah, but didn't get anybody though. Although Zonda did go down. Danny frozen, taking out that Roadhog, not lasting too long. Eska just doing work on this Mei. And if you notice where Arhan is now, we saw him set up way in the back. And yeah, that's another way to handle the Roadhog. Just stay too far back for him to hook you at all. And South Korea just seems very prepared for this really unique defense on Temple of Anubis. I almost said Hanamura there for some reason.
Different assault map, but yes. And as we see with Zunba getting hooked right there, they were ready just to counterplay. They had the Blizzard up, and everybody charged in. Arhan getting so sneaky.
This is so good, man. Every single fight you want to reposition, it's paying so many dividends for Korea. He's going to run in, actually gets knocked over. He's got the configuration tank, but doesn't get to use it in time, gets taken out. And Chinese Taipei getting a couple kills themselves. It won't get them any time on the point, though.
Yeah, Miro actually playing very aggressively now, coming closer to that spot and just beating Ana into a wall. So that's going to split spawn them, but
nice hook by Danny. Gets
get hooked. So there is a payment, a price to pay there on the backside.
Yeah, Danny going a bit deeper on that Roadhog now, chasing after Yanni. He caught a glimpse of her, can't quite get the hook there in time. South Korea having to back off to the point. Aran still sitting on that Bastion. He's got the ultimate, so I think he probably wants to use that. Will they nano boost him though? No, they won't. Jaehong uses that nano boost, and are they going to get anything out of it? Miro picks up one kill, Danny pops a whole hog. Aran coming in with the configuration tank though, and with that sound barrier, he is staying nice and healthy until he dies. But Chinese Taipei actually making this one work. I thought that Bastion was going to get a few more kills, but he just couldn't seem to land them.
Yeah, he was nano boosted, but he was pretty far away from the point. So the initial nano boost on the Baby Nia managed to do more work on the side of Chinese Taipei, and they did CC the tank Bastion at the end. So no chance to pick up any further kills right there. And now they are going to successfully capture point A. We'll be on to point B with a pretty good time bank left over, 5 minutes. Definitely enough time to do some work with everybody committed, all of the ultimates to that point A fight. Arhan now swapping over to the Reaper.
But Miro ready to just leap over this wall and get into the back lines on the supports when they need him to. Arhan waiting, like you mentioned, on that Reaper now. And so, just kind of keeping Chinese Taipei at bay for the moment.
We're going to see Zonda go back onto the Reaper. We saw yesterday when they played against Finland, he was great at positioning with that Death Blossom and picking up kill after kill after kill. Danny on the Mei. So this is the sort of composition that they used to great success against Finland and brought them into a third map in that series.
Aran going deep here. Looks like South Korea playing this defense pretty far up, actually. Aran trying to get the kill there onto Zarya, and he's pretty low. Finally gets Lazy Titan, though. It looks like it's going to work out, and Chinese Taipei has to reset, but they're building those ultimates. I mean, these first couple pushes are just kind of ult grinding pushes.
There was no momentum for Chinese Taipei, even though they got that point A in terms of ultimate economy. So it was sort of a stalemate right there. Everybody feeling each other out as they swap up their hero compositions.
And they've got time, so I don't think they're too concerned about it.
Yeah, Korea getting so close to having all 6 ultimates available. Chinese Taipei waiting on Zonda.
Yeah, that's right. Danny attacked by Miro. Now they've got the sound barrier going to the back lines, going after Lazy Titan yet again as Chinese Taipei assaults the point. But Miro not even needing that Primal Rage. There's nothing that Zarya can do. Meanwhile, looking at the kill feed, South Korea wiping the floor with Chinese Taipei, and so far so good. And we mentioned Chinese Taipei having plenty of time left, but 2 minutes of that 5 are already gone.
Yeah, Chinese Taipei, though, the only ult they committed to that fight was Lil Go using the sound barrier, which is an important ultimate, but now they can come back with a huge ult advantage.
Yeah.
And maybe pick up some more kills right here. As long as Zonda can get the Death Blossom, there is a good target to actually use with this Nano Boost, get the Beyblade rolling in the point. And let's see if this is going to be successful or not.
Yeah, Lazy Titan setting things up, getting in there. There's a Nano Boost onto the Reaper, but I believe he got slept right away. Yeah, Lazy Titan coming in now. Drops the Graviton Surge. Eska will go ahead and put himself in the ice block, but Miro gets frozen as well. Zonda looking for a few more kills here on this Reaper. It's looking okay for Chinese Taipei so far. South Korea trying to find a way to turn it around, but they're going to have to give up the point for the moment. Gaining time now. South Korea is going in a little bit of a desperation mode. But Aron pops the Death Blossom, gets a couple along with Jaehong, and it looks like they might be able to stabilize here. As Baby Nia goes down, that's going to be about it for Chinese Taipei's attack.
And Chinese Taipei committed everything to that fight. Lil Go gets his sound barrier back up, but not in time. But really, it was the sleep dart by Jaehong that started that fight, that changed everything. Chinese Taipei was a bit off the ball. Lazy Titan's Zarya projected barrier was just slightly too late to block the sleep dart, so it managed to stuff the engage by the nano-boosted Reaper. Zonda not able to get in there in time. Plus, they wasted the projected barrier because it came in onto the sleeping target. So just a missed call there from Chinese Taipei, and that gives Korea a lot of room to work with.
Aron manages to pick up Zonda. Miro being so annoying, jumping down here and then getting out just in time. And they are all over Chinese Taipei. It's probably one of the most aggressive defenses that we've seen from a team here on Temple of Anubis, but it is working wonders here as they are not letting Chinese Taipei even get a chance at this point. Miro with that Primal Rage, but again, you know, he can save it. He's playing this so safely. Lazy Titan kind of on his own, and
this is Mira's just
brutal, man.
So good.
Yeah.
So they knew, Korea knew that Chinese Taipei had nothing to work with there. They knew the only thing up was going to be the sound barrier. So Miro just jumps in and takes out 2 members, but most importantly that Lucio, before they can all group up and get the maximum benefit out of that ultimate. So very important fix.
Ooh,
and
I don't know about that.
Yeah, this is not a good use of the Nano Boost.
Yeah, way too early on to Zonda. Can't get in, doesn't have the Death Blossom to pair with that. He's going to go after Aron here, but you know, we'll see if they can maybe punish South Korea for perhaps overextending a little bit too much. Aron does go down. There's another kill, so Chinese Taipei actually getting some time on the point here. South Korea pushed it so far back that then they weren't ready for the counterattack, and that may cost him big time. Jaehong just buying himself some time here. Zonda actually uses the Death Blossom. He thought he could kill him fast and let them do the point. They almost got it. Eska in the ice block. Chinese Taipei trying to close the last little bit of point B off. But now you've got Zumba on the Diva, and it looks like South Korea may have been able to stabilize for the moment.
And they actually come back from that mistake where they got picked off one by one, and they get onto the point at the end, but Jaehong was just hiding, crouching on the side of the point.
Yeah.
And that meant that he was able just to get on at the last second. The coordination was there, the swap over to Diva to get back onto the point afterwards, but really credit to Jaehong right there, who was just
saved that one.
His positioning was so good. He was crouched on the stairwell, understanding that nobody was going to be able to see him on the point, but it was also right on the corner, so all he had to do was pop up and just delay it just a hair until the Mei got in, ice block to prevent the blizzard freeze, and that was it. So Korea played with fire a little bit at the end there, but they do hold on point B in the end.
You know, I think that's the first time really we've seen Korea in this tournament, you know, maybe push a little bit too far there. I mean, yeah, they got a lot of style points yesterday versus Australia, but this time I think they learned from that map. They should have learned at least that they can't really showboat against a team like Chinese Taipei. They very, very nearly lost that second point because of it.
Yeah, and I like the push forward right after Chinese Taipei committed all those ultimates, and Miro was picking off the member that they knew was the only one with an ult available for the Lucio from Little Go.
But then you fall back.
But then, yes, the next push out was the overcommitment right there.
Yeah, then you're supposed to fall back and be happy about that, right? But South Korea taking some risk, getting nearly punished for them, but in the end, only 1 point for Chinese Taipei as we swap sides here. South Korea, blue team on the offense on Temple of Anubis, and we'll see if Chinese Taipei can hold them to 1 point.
Yeah, and Chinese Taipei switching it up again. This time Zonda's going to be going on to the Roadhogs, so a bit of a 3-tank setup. coming in alongside a Mei. So very defensive, pick-based. This kind of composition, you need to be able to land those hooks or get the freezes coming in from the Mei or divide them off with a Mei wall, focus them down very quickly because you don't have a lot of AoE damage for the most part when you're trying to actually deal with people in choke points until you get your ultimates up and have some crowd control.
Yeah, looking at South Korea's defense right now, they're running the Tracer, they're running the Genji. I wonder if we might see a little bit of swapping from them later.
The Tracer's not very good against this just because there's no target that she can burst down. She can be annoying, but you're dependent on actually getting a Big Bang combo to efficiently deal with people.
I like this, leaving the Roadhog back to try to defend the Ana. We'll see if it works, though. That Roadhog actually has to defend the Ana. And there we go, nice hook. Yeah, and Zonda really punishes Aran, and right away, both of those DPS getting picked off. South Korea, I think they may need to make some changes here.
Well, Arhan tried to anticipate the sleep dart coming in from the Ana. That's why he had the reflect up, but basically Edibos just ignored him right there.
Oh boy.
And
wow.
That meant that Zonda could just drop down and finish him off with a hook, knowing that the reflect was on cooldown. Zunba's trying to die right here.
And I like it. They waited because they know, you know, the longer they can keep that character alive, the more they can split spawn South Korea, make it harder to make those big sort of coordinated pushes. So nice little extra thing to cost South Korea another second or two there.
Yeah, Nano Boost already up for Chinese Taipei as well, so they are in a favorable position. No swaps coming yet for Korea as they already worked most of their ults up above 50%, so we may see them do one attempt, and now the Reinhardt has been boosted.
Yeah, Nano Boost onto Baby Nya as he goes in. They try to stop South Korea with that Blizzard as well. Miro in the walls, taking a lot of damage, but taken out in the end. Chinese Taipei holds strong. Zunba, though, getting 2 on the Zarya. Looks like maybe they can grind this forward. It does take a long time to walk back if you're the defense, and Tairong, the rest of South Korea, is starting to get a little bit of purchase here on point A. And with Zunba on that Zarya, it looks like they might finally be able to claim the first point.
Yeah, it was really Zunba there that kept them in it. At the end, Eska got some damage down, but Zunba charged up, ready to go. And Arhan got picked off very early on, but they managed to outlast Danny's Blizzard on the point.
Yeah.
And they will successfully capture with a long time to go.
Well, that was
6
really,
minutes.
Yeah, I feel like Jaehong has really been the hero of this match. Again, you know, keeping the team up during that when they lost a couple of people. Nice Maywall, preventing the Zarya from getting in. Still going to go for the total scene anyway. And there's Eska with the Pulse Bomb. They only get 1, but it is onto Zonda. Nice to get that Roadhog out of the way. They're going to need a bit more, though. Jaehong and Tairong both claiming their bloodthirsty support kills. Meanwhile, Chinese Taipei fighting back a couple of their own, but in the end, South Korea getting a little bit of an advantage. Baby No lasting long enough to stop them from gaining too much time, but they get the first tick, see if they can get more. There's a Nano Boost now into Miro. He's got the Primal Rage as well if he wants to use it, and they're doing a good job of controlling the spawns now. This is looking pretty good for South Korea at the moment anyway.
Yeah, they're going to actually just go ahead and cap this right now, Doa.
That's close.
They've got the Primal Rage, like you said, just to knock people off of the point, so Blizzard is going to go down. Maybe they're going to be zoned off for just a little bit here.
Maybe. Chinese Taipei fighting back here. Danny's on that Mei, preventing South Korea from getting any more. Uses Ice Wall, just trying to dislodge Jaehong from the top there, but he is doing so much damage, keeping his team alive. Man, Jaehong has been such an MVP here as it looks like South Korea is going to take it. Oh, they get back on the point, but no, it's not enough, and South Korea will take Temple of Anubis.
Yeah, and the problem there was that Jaehong's positioning, because he was up on the high ground and off the point, sure, when you're trying to save that point B, you're going to have a lot of heroes with dashes, abilities that can get them up on the high ground, but he makes it a very tough decision because you either have to go up there and stay off the point where they're trying to cap, or you have to stay on the point itself. So killing Jaehong, not exactly easy in that scenario. And Jaehong, if his teammates on the point die, can always just drop down himself. So again, the positioning from Jaehong, very good. Got a lot of